Silent partner. What if your best friend of 15 years was actually controlling your life? What if the truth behind your success wasn't what you thought? The story I'm about to tell you will show how trust can become a weapon. Are you ready? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. My name is Jennifer Martinez. I'm 35 years old and I live in Los Angeles, California. I'm a successful real estate agent with my own office in Beverly Hills. I do $50 million in sales annually, among the best in the industry. But what I'm most proud of is getting here on my own. I had no family, no money, just determination. 15 years ago, I came to Los Angeles from Phoenix. I had $500 in my pocket and an old Honda. I didn't know anyone. My first job was as a secretary at a small real estate office in Westwood. That's where I met Lisa Chen. Lisa was 3 years older than me, a very smart woman. She had a finance background, had worked on Wall Street, but decided to move to Los Angeles. She was also new to real estate. We were both in the same situation, alone and determined. We hit it off immediately. Lisa was someone with practical intelligence, and I was good at communicating with people. We made a perfect team. We started working together, making sales together. Lisa handled the numbers. I convinced the clients. 2 years later, we opened our own office. Martinez and Chen Real Estate. Equal partnership. Everything 50-50. Lisa arranged the financing. I brought the client portfolio. And we were successful. Very successful. First year we did $5 million in sales. Second year $15 million. Now we've reached $50 million annually. We're one of the most prestigious real estate firms in Beverly Hills. Lisa always preferred to stay in the background. She handled the numbers, contracts, legal matters. I was in the field. I was the one talking to clients, going to meetings, appearing in media. That's how the Jennifer Martinez brand was born. Everyone thought I had succeeded on my own. Magazines, newspapers always interviewed me. From 0 to million stories. Lisa was never bothered by this. She even supported it. I always called her my silent partner. She would just laugh it off. Last week everything changed. I got news that Lisa's mother had died. Mrs. Chen lived in San Francisco. Lisa went there immediately to handle funeral arrangements. She stayed there for a week. During that week, I was alone in the office. I needed to use Lisa's computer to access some contracts. I knew her password. Normal after 15 years of partnership. When logging into her computer, I accidentally clicked on the wrong folder. It was a folder labeled personal, Lisa's personal files. I was about to close it, but one file name caught my attention. Jennifer Notes. 2010 to 2020 for Jennifer Notes. 15 years of notes. What was this? Curious. I opened it. Inside were detailed notes kept over the years. Notes about me. October 2010. Met Jennifer Martinez. Financial situation. $500. No debt. Family ties. None. Social circle. None. Perfect target. Very lonely. Needs approval. November 2010. Gained her trust. She accepted my proposal to work together. Very easy to manipulate. Trusts numbers, but doesn't understand them. March 2011. Founded the company. Kept Jennifer's name in front. I stayed in the background. go in as I want. The files continued. Every year, every month had been planned in detail. My life had been planned step by step. August 2015. Put Jennifer in the media. Now everyone knows her. Reduced my presence even more. Going perfectly. February 2019. Opened Beverly Hills office. Jennifer really thinks she succeeded. She believes in her own success now. January 2024. Approaching the final times. All of Jennifer's assets are tied to the company. My exit plan is ready. Soon I'll take everything and leave. My hands were trembling. The woman I thought was my best friend for 15 years. Did she see me as a project? I looked deeper. There were other folders. Financial control, asset management, exit strategy. I opened the financial control folder. I was shocked. The real financial situation of our company wasn't at all what I knew. Lisa had always told me we were 50-50 partners, but the real documents told a different story. 78% of the company was in Lisa's name. My share was only 22%. How could this be? Wasn't I an equal partner? When the first examined the documents, I understood. The documents I signed when founding the company. Lisa had told me they were simple partnership documents, but they were actually documents giving her control rights. I had signed them 15 years ago when I was young and inexperienced. The asset management folder had even more shocking things. Even my personal assets were under Lisa's control. My house in Beverly Hills, my cars, my investments. Everything was tied to Lisa through complex financial structures. How had I not noticed these things? Because Lisa always handled business, taxes, investments, legal matters. I left everything to her. She was my trusted friend. I never suspected for 15 years. The worst was the exit strategy folder. Lisa's exit plan. A detailed plan of how she would liquidate me. Jennifer's power in the company will be reduced. Scandal will be created in media. Clients will flee. Then she'll become worthless. Final move. I'll offer Jennifer to buy the company. She doesn't know its real value anyway. I'll buy it cheap, then fire her. After Jennifer leaves, all assets will remain with me. I'll go to another city with a new identity. We have reached the end of the 15-year plan. Lisa had trapped me. Now she was going to take everything and leave. But what shocked me most was another folder. Previous targets. Inside were other names. Sarah Rodriguez, Amanda Kim, Jessica Park. Lisa's other previous jobs. Each one the same story as mine. She had found young, lonely women, gained their trust, used them, then abandoned them. Sarah Rodriguez, 2005 to 2008, restaurant business in Austin. In the final days, Sarah went bankrupt. Lisa took all her assets. Amanda Kim, 2002 to 2005, technology company in Seattle. Amanda fell into depression. Had to sell the company to Lisa. Jessica Park, 1999 to 2002, fashion boutiques in Chicago. Jessica's life was ruined. Lisa became a millionaire by taking over the chains. Lisa hadn't just done this with me. She'd been doing this for years. She was a professional fraudster. She targeted young, ambitious, lonely women, used them, then destroyed them. And now it was my turn. But there was a flaw in Lisa's plan. I was no longer that naive, inexperienced Jennifer. I had learned a few things over 15 years too. But first, I needed to gather more evidence. I looked deeper into Lisa's computer to see what else was there. I found strange things in her email history. Lisa had correspondence with various banks, offshore accounts, shell companies, very complex financial structures. In one email, I saw something shocking. Lisa had been transferring our company's money to her own offshore accounts for years. Millions of dollars. In another folder were even more disturbing things. A file called Personal Manipulation Techniques, detailed notes on how Lisa would manipulate me. Jennifer's weak points: fear of loneliness, need for approval, family longing. Attack from these points. Jennifer's strong points: stubborn, can be suspicious, learns quickly. Be careful of these points. Manipulation techniques: constantly compliment, then pull back occasionally, then get close again. Make yourself feel indispensable. Everything had been calculated. Every compliment Lisa gave me, every hug, every moment of friendship, all calculated. Then I found something else. Lisa's phone records. Who she talked to, what she talked about. Everything was recorded. In one record, Lisa was talking about me with someone, a man whose voice I couldn't recognize. You know how I handled Jennifer. I constantly told her, "You're a very special person, very talented." Stupidity. People love having their egos stroked. Now it's time for the final move. I offered $15 million. She'll accept. Not even 20% of the real value. Who's next after Jennifer? New target? There's one in San Diego. Emma Wilson, 28 years old. Founded a tech company. Lonely, ambitious. Perfect target. Lisa had already chosen her next victim. There were other shocking conversations in the phone records. Lisa had been secretly meeting with my clients. She was telling them lies about me. Jennifer has been very tense lately. Maybe you should switch to another realtor. Jennifer has personal problems. I can introduce you to a more reliable option. Lisa was trying to steal my clients. She was going to slowly isolate me, then make her offer. That night I couldn't sleep. Our 15-year friendship, partnership, trust. Was everything a lie? Had Lisa never really been my friend? But worst of all, maybe Lisa was right. Maybe I really couldn't have been this successful. Maybe without her I would have gone bankrupt long ago. This thought upset me more. Was my 15-year success real, or was it Lisa's manipulation? The next day, Lisa called from San Francisco. She told me how her mother's funeral went. She seemed very sad. Oscar-worthy performance. She asked how I was. I said fine. She asked if everything was okay at the office. Yes, everything's normal, I said. But it wasn't normal. Now I saw Lisa differently. Every word, every behavior, which were real, which were games. Lisa was also asking very strange questions. Who I had talked to recently, which clients I had met with, who from the media had called. This seemed like part of her plan. By the way, Jennifer, she said, did you talk to the Thompson family about that big house in Beverly Hills? The Thompsons were one of our biggest clients. They were going to buy a $25 million house. No, I said, weren't you handling them? Oh yes, right, I handled them. They're very satisfied, by the way. They really like you. But in the phone records, I had seen Lisa having completely different conversations with the Thompsons. She was telling them I was unreliable. Lisa continued telling lies on the phone. Every sentence had manipulation in it. Lisa was returning Thursday. What would I tell her? Should I reveal that I knew? Or should I play games too? I decided to meet with a lawyer. I called Robert Hayes, a partner at a big firm downtown. I explained the situation, showed him the files. After looking at my documents, Robert shook his head. He said it was very professional fraud. Lisa hadn't done anything legally wrong. I had signed those documents of my own free will. When I was young and inexperienced 15 years ago. But, said Robert, transferring money to offshore accounts is a different matter. This could be tax evasion. What can I do? I asked. Robert thought. Lisa hadn't made her final move yet. If we could reverse her plan, maybe we had a chance. Robert's plan was, I wouldn't reveal that I knew Lisa's game. While she tried to make her final move, I would set a trap for her too. But I had to be very careful for this. Also, Robert would talk to some private detectives. He would investigate Lisa's past. Maybe we could find a legal opening. One more thing, said Robert. We can track Lisa's offshore accounts. If she's still transferring money, we can catch her. From that day on, we started monitoring Lisa's every move. I got help from banker friends. We tracked Lisa's financial transactions. And indeed, Lisa was still stealing money. She was transferring small amounts every week. She was taking little by little so as not to make it obvious. Wednesday, I made a big discovery. I had gone to Lisa's house to get some files she had forgotten. While Lisa was in San Francisco, the house was empty. While searching her house, I found strange things. In Lisa's bedroom, behind the closet, there was a hidden safe. Inside were passports, different identities. Lisa Chen, Elizabeth Cooper, Maria Rodriguez, Susan Park. She had at least 6 different identities. When I looked at the passports, I was even more shocked. Lisa had constantly traveled to different cities over the last 20 years. Chicago, Seattle, Austin, Phoenix. The cities where Sarah, Amanda, Jessica lived. After each victim, she would go to a new city with a new identity. In the safe, there was also a large amount of cash, at least $2 million. All different countries' currencies, euros, British pounds, Japanese yen. Lisa was ready to escape. After finishing with me, she would go to a new country with a new identity. That evening, I called Robert. I told him what I found. Robert was very excited. This is very important, he said. It proves Lisa is an international fraudster. We should notify the FBI. But first, we decided to wait for Lisa's final move. We wanted to catch her red-handed. Lisa returned Thursday evening. She looked very tired. Her eyes were red. Funeral stress, she said. She said we needed to have an important talk the next day. That night, Lisa went to her house. I also completed my preparations. I talked to Robert one last time. The plan was clear. Friday morning, when she came to the office, I was ready. I was waiting for Lisa's final game. Jennifer, she said, my mother's death affected me a lot. I'm reviewing my life. I can't work at this pace anymore. I can't handle the stress. I nodded understandingly. Continue, I said. I'm thinking of leaving the company. I want to sell my share to you. That way you become the full owner. It was always like your company anyway. Here came the final move. Lisa didn't think I knew my share in the company was 22%. She was going to show me she was selling 50%, but actually take complete control of the company. How much do you want? I asked. I controlled myself so my voice wouldn't tremble. $15 million. A very reasonable price. You deserve this company, Jennifer. You created it. I was always in the background. $15 million. Much below the real value. The company was worth at least $80 million. Lisa would both get the company and take money from me. I need to think, I said. This is a very big decision, of course, said Lisa. But don't wait too long. I have other options too. Maybe I can consult other companies too. This was also a threat. If I didn't accept, she would go to rival companies and sell my secrets. That weekend I prepared my plan, Robert, and I detailed everything. News was also coming from the private detectives. Lisa's past was very dark. Monday morning I gave Lisa my answer. I was accepting, but I had one condition. I wanted to review all company documents for due diligence. Lisa hesitated a bit, but accepted. She had control anyway. That afternoon Robert came to the office. I introduced him to Lisa as my lawyer. We started examining documents. Robert played very well. He acted as if he was just doing routine checks. But actually, he was documenting Lisa's tricks. The review lasted 3 days. Lisa got nervous. She kept asking how long it would take. Thursday, Robert gave me his report. Lisa's tricks, manipulations, behaviors that weren't illegal, but unethical. Everything was documented. Friday, I had my final meeting with Lisa. I decided, Lisa, I'm buying your share. Lisa was relieved. She thought she had finally succeeded. We arranged a meeting to sign contracts. Monday morning, with lawyers. Monday came. Lisa came to the office with her lawyer. I was also ready with Robert. The contracts were on the table. Lisa was ready to sign. But I took out another document. Copies of the files I had taken from Lisa's computer. Lisa, I said, you deceived me for 15 years. But the game is over. Lisa's face changed. She understood what I meant. I know everything, Lisa. The Jennifer notes. The other women, Sarah, Amanda, Jessica. I know everything. Lisa's lawyer was trying to understand what was happening. Robert showed him the files. Lisa spoke with a trembling voice. This isn't legal, she said. You stole my private files. I didn't steal them, Lisa. I got them from the company computer. From the computer of the company I'm a partner in. Lisa tried to recover very quickly. These were all projects, she said. They have nothing to do with you. Robert laughed. Ms. Chen, he said, these documents show 15 years of systematic fraud. The kind the DA would be interested in. Lisa panicked. What do you want? Very simple, I said. I'm the real owner of the company. You will immediately transfer all your rights to me. In return, I won't turn you over to the prosecutor. Lisa understood she had no other choice. She signed the transfer documents. After 15 years, the company was really mine. But as Lisa was leaving, she said one last thing. Jennifer, you won't survive without me. I created you. Without me, you're nothing. You're wrong, Lisa, I said. You manipulated me, but the success is mine. The talents are mine. You were just a parasite. Lisa left. I never saw her again. But the story didn't end here. A few days later, Robert told me something strange. While examining Lisa's files, he had found an interesting detail. Lisa's real name wasn't Lisa Chen. Her real name was Elizabeth Cooper. She had been using a fake identity for years. Even more shocking, Elizabeth Cooper was someone the FBI was looking for in a very big Ponzi scheme case. $100 million fraud. Lisa, that is Elizabeth, wasn't just a small-scale manipulator. She was part of a huge financial crime network. Her 15 years with me was to hide. I reported to the FBI. We had found Elizabeth Cooper. A week later, Elizabeth was caught at the airport, going to Las Vegas. The FBI operation was shown on TV, and the biggest surprise came that night. FBI agent David Rodriguez knocked on my door. He was going to ask questions about Elizabeth Cooper. But what David said was something I never expected. Ms. Martinez, he said, the real reason Elizabeth Cooper spent 15 years with you is different. She wasn't just hiding. She was protecting you. What do you mean? I asked. Your father, said David, was the leader of a big crime organization, Roberto Martinez. When he died, his enemies targeted you. Elizabeth Cooper was actually an FBI informant. She was asked to stay with you to protect you. I was shocked. I had never known my father. My mother told me I grew up without a father. David continued. Elizabeth forgot her real mission over time. Instead of protecting you, she started using you. That's why the FBI was looking for her. So Lisa had both protected and used me? Yes, said David. It's a complicated situation. But you're safe now. Your father's enemies have been caught. That's my story. The woman I thought was my best friend for 15 years was actually both my protector and my manipulator. Now I'm truly successful on my own. The company is completely mine. But sometimes I wonder, could I have been this successful without Lisa? Maybe Lisa was right. Maybe she created me. Who knows? What do you think? Was what Lisa did right? Or was she just a manipulative fraudster? Share your thoughts in the comments.